What's up, everybody? This is Bukeka. I don't know if I've said this in other lives, but I go by Bukeka style because that's what I do. I like to have different styles and in many different ways, but Bukeka style. And I'm really excited because, Shonda Rhimes is one of my girls. She is one of the most amazing, Black storytellers out there. So, there's she's got some exciting new news, coming up in her life, which maybe some of you know about, but it is pretty new. So, the thing about Shonda Rhimes that I love is how she integrates the story of Black people in her work, right? In many different ways. So we're going to find out how she's doing that as we get further along. So just stay tuned for that. But I wanted to ask the question because I was doing some research on her, and she really loves to research and read books and so forth and so on, right? So, and she loves to again tell the story about what's going on with Black people. So during the political climate that we were in America, she focused on a woman who was going out to vote for the first time, and this woman had on a shirt that had a sign on it that said poll tax, right? So in the 1960s, in 1960, you had to basically um, pay to vote, right? So, but this is the thing, if you didn't have someone like Shonda Rhimes giving you that information, if you didn't have people who are willing to tell the story, you might not have lived that experience to know that that was the case. That you either had to pay to vote or you could eat. And at that time, they were making like $2 a week, right? In some cases. So, I'm really glad to be showcasing, what's up with Shonda Rhimes in her career, particularly with Netflix. She's built an amazing career with that. So, the fact is that in her work with Bridgerton and with How I Got Away with Murder and so forth, she has really made a point to accent Black people, Black women in her roles in new and different ways. And so I thought about, well, if I were in a Shonda Rhimes movie, if I were in a Shonda Rhimes role, what would that be? What would my story be as a vocalist, as an inspirational speaker? What would that look like? Would it be exciting? Would I be going on amazing trips around the world and doing all kinds of crazy stuff like we saw with Olivia Pope and all that good stuff? I don't know, but I know that I would want it to be exciting, that I would want to travel, that I would want to be involved in new exciting things. And I think that Shonda Rhimes can create that story about my life better than maybe I can myself, right? So I would like to ask you, and feel free to comment, what would your story be? What would your story be if Shonda Rhimes could write your story, put you on the big screen? What would that look like for you? So, are you traveling around the world? Are you in politics? Are you in the neighborhood? Are you a leader? Are you a lifestyle coach? What are you doing in your Shonda Rhimes made movie, right? Hey, Brianna, how are you? What would you be doing, Brianna? What would you be doing if Shonda Rhimes could make a show about you and your life? What would you want it to be called? Yes, you can say, yes, Brianna Howell, I can say your name. I can say your name. And what would your show be? Oh, the best dinosaur. Check it out. Check it out. She would be the best dinosaur. And I think that would be very interesting, right? I think that'd be very interesting in terms of where you are in the world. What continent are you on? What are you eating? Are you eating plants? Are you a carnivore? What is happening in your life, right? On the Shonda Rhimes show that could be created about you. Um, and the school, the school that I went to is was as I was growing up was in Detroit, right? So here's a little story about me. I grew up during Motown. And somebody asked me the other day, "How old are you?" Well, I'll tell you this: I grew up during Motown, right? And I would love to be in that movie that talks about Motown and how little girls got inspired to become a singer and work at the Hits Factory and all that good stuff, and how I met Diana Ross and what she did for my career and all that good stuff. I believe that that's what I would want my Shonda Rhimes movie to be about. So here's what's happening in the Shonda Rhimes world. Shonda Rhimes is or has produced a movie about Black Barbie. And again, this goes back to Black stories and Black storytelling because I know we all, many girls, young girls, have the experience with Barbie, right? And when back in the day, it was a pink house, it was blonde hair, it was blue eyes, and a very sexualized child. She was all the curves and everything. You know what I'm saying? Bye, Brianna. Have a great day. Come back and see us and make sure that you subscribe too. Tell your friends about it, okay? So anyway, Shonda Rhimes is doing a documentary on the Black Barbie, right? A documentary on how that came to be. And who thought that would be something of such content? But if you are a Black person, if you are a little Black girl that remembers getting her little black dolls and couldn't find one that looked like her, had hair like this or anything like that, that's a big deal. So I encourage you to make sure that you have your own story. Write your own story down. Your story has importance and value, and we want to be able to celebrate that story. Maybe even have it on the big screen. You just never know how your story might touch somebody's life. So make sure that you comment, subscribe to Fav Unite TV, comment about this video. Tell us about what it is that how you would like to have your story seen and told by the world. Maybe you're like, no, I don't want that many people involved in my life. You might be that, but nonetheless, you still have a story. So anyway, thanks everybody. Go to Fav Unite TV. Check out the content we have on wellness, on empowerment, on business, on branding, all that good stuff. And we'll see you on the other side. Bye for now.